everyone, I'm Anna, your knowledge host. Today, I'll talk about the global outbreak of a novel coronavirus and tell you the keywords for you to find more information through English media. As you already know, last December, the disease has been found and spread very fast throughout the world. Within 1 month, less than 1 month, official reports reveal there are more than 9,000 confirmed cases in China, more than that of SARS in 2002.
And this one's particularly dangerous because it's only been a month since it's been on our radar screen. It was about mid-December when China first noticed this coronavirus, very quiet about it. It wasn't until the 31st of December before an official notification went out to the World Health Organization. And gosh, already we're seeing 40 million people now quarantined in their cities in China. It's a really serious thing. Now, why? This is that it has a really long latency period, meaning if you infected me, I would go about 5 days before I would begin to express any symptoms. It would be another maybe 4 days before those symptoms were bad enough for me to go, geez, maybe I should go see a doctor.
已经有9万多人次，已经有9万多人次，已经有9万多人次。
What is the probability of getting infected by this virus? It's said that when one man is infected, and if there is no effective isolation or treatment, this man would infect 14 people nearby. For the dramatic decline in demand and the escalation of fear, United Airlines announced it was suspending some flights between 3 Chinese cities and its U.S. airports. American Airlines is the second U.S. carrier to suspend some of its flights to China as the novel coronavirus continues to spread and shrinks demand. Other airlines are also adjusting their schedules. British Airways, Air Canada, Air Asia, Air India, and Finland's Finnair have all suspended some flights between China and their respective countries. Most of the airlines have not suspended flights, but passengers and crew traveling from China will be subjected to additional screening at airports. However, this kind of precaution is criticized by toxicology specialists as totally ineffective.
All you've been reading about is that the security precautions are what they're doing is taking the temperatures of people as they deplane from ground zero, where this virus is known to be endemic and epidemic right now. They're taking the temperature readings by pointing a little something at people's foreheads, and if you don't have a fever, come on in. Completely ineffective.
Even the World Health Organization admits that every country needs to do something to prevent the virus from spreading to more areas and more people.
But the whole world needs to be on alert now. The whole world needs to take action and be ready for any cases that come, either from the original epicenter or from other epicenters that become established.
We don't know what sort of damage this virus could do if it were to spread in a country with a weaker health system. We must act now to help countries prepare for that possibility. For all of these reasons, I'm declaring a public health emergency of international concern over the global outbreak of novel coronavirus.
Global media has widely reported the outbreak of the Wuhan virus. The Australian TV news, the Al Jazeera TV reports, the French TV stations, Canadian TV broadcasting, and Turkish TV news programs place this story to be their headlines. Obviously, this outbreak catches attention all over the world. However, one of those worldwide media compared the death rate of the novel coronavirus and the common flu and got a very interesting comparison.
It's worse than the flu. This is just, there's no argument about this. There's no room for discussion about this. Not at this late date, not yesterday, not 2 days ago. Again, just to beat this horse totally dead. The case fatality rate, flu, 0.1% or less. nCoV, 3%, maybe higher. We don't know at this point in time. We don't have good data yet. The R naught, flu, 1.28, nCoV, 4, It's something big, but it's way higher than that one. We've covered that a lot. And of course, the thing that matters most, the serious complication rate, because once you get past a certain level, you swamp your hospital system, and that's a bad thing, because then unnecessary deaths start to pile up, because people can't be treated aggressively and appropriately. And this is the big piece here, of course, the serious complication rate, which requires an ICU bed or equivalent. Flu, it's under 1%. Maybe 200,000 hospital bed used last year for flu patients in the United States, and that was with somewhere between 10 and 50 million people each year are infected by the flu. For nCoV, it's around 20%, at least according to the official data we are getting out of China right now, and of course we can't trust that too much.
And the difference between Communist China and Taiwan is clearly visible in this global emergency. On February 1st, Vietnam declared a public health emergency over the coronavirus epidemic and said it would stop all flights to and from China, including Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. Later the same day, Vietnam's Civil Aviation Authority lifted the ban on flights to Taiwan. And the next day it said carriers could also temporarily operate flights to Hong Kong and Macau. Flights to mainland China were still strictly suspended. Although the death rate is not confirmed, the Chinese government has imposed a quarantine on Wuhan and 15 other cities in Hubei province, affecting an estimated 57 million people. This is a staggering scale of ambition, an unprecedented use of quarantines as an emergency public health measure. But a large part of the rest of the world is still skeptical about the transparency of the real information of the epidemic from China. By all means, what lies behind the official press release is subject to be revealed at the end of the epidemic after all. I'm Anna. Hope you have learned something useful about the novel coronavirus. And don't forget to wear a mask in public and to wash your hands every so often. We have more videos on Funday website. See you guys there.